Ngayon ay pag-uusapan natin ang dahilan, dimensyon at epekto ng globalisasyon. Ito ang ating unang aralin para sa second quarter ng taong pampanuruan 2020-2021. So narito ang mga most essential learning competency at ang enabling competencies. So ang ating most essential learning competency or MELC number 6, nasusuri ang konsepto at dimensyon ng globalisasyon bilang isa sa mga isyong panlipunan. So, kinakailangan magawa natin pagkatapos ng araling ito na makapagsuri ng konsepto ng globalisasyon at makita natin kung bakit ito ay isang isyong panlipunan. Ang mga enabling competencies naman ay naiugnay ang iba't ibang perspektibo at pananaw ng globalisasyon bilang suliraning panlipunan. At ikalawa, nasusuri ang implikasyon ng anyo ng globalisasyon sa lipunan. So mapapansin natin ang mga competencies para sa araling ito ay tungkol sa pagsusuri ng globalisasyon. So bago matapos o pagkatapos ng pag-aaral natin sa module na ito, kinakailangan masagot natin ang katanungang bakit may tuturing na isang isyong panlipunan ang globalisasyon. Then, ang mag-aaral ay may pangunawa sa sanhi at implikasyon ng mga lokal at pandaigdigang isyong pang-ekonomiya upang mapaunlad ang kakayahan sa matalinong pagkapasya tungo sa pambansang kaunlaran. Performance standard, ang mga mag-aaral ay nakabubuo ng pagsusuring papel sa mga isyong pang-ekonomiya na nakakaapekto sa kanilang pamumuhay. Simulan natin ang ating pag-aaral ng Module 1 sa pagbibigay ng kahulugan sa salita globalization. Ang ilang mga pakahulugan. Una, tatandaan natin that there is no universally accepted definition of globalization. Ang ibig sabihin, walang iisang definition ang globalization. Okay? Walang iisang definition ng globalization. Sapagkat nakadepende sa tao kung ano ang ibibigay niyang uri ng definition ng globalization. Halimbawa sa akin, pwede kong ibigay ang kahulugan ng globalization in relation to education, into science education. Okay? But if we are going to look at the different definitions given by scholars, we will notice that globalization is always extrapolated with economics, sa ekonomiya ng isang bansa. Pag sinabi natin extrapolated, laging pinag-uusapan ang ekonomiya o ang economics kapag ang topic na pinag-uusapan ay ang globalization. Okay? Now here are the different definitions given by scholars. Okay? For Malcolm Waters, it is a social process in which the constraints of geography on social and cultural arrangements recede, and in which people become increasingly aware that these are receding. Anthony Giddens, globalization can be defined as the intensification of worldwide social relations, which link distant localities in such a way that local happenings are shaped by events occurring many miles away and vice versa. For Martin Albro, globalization refers to all those processes by which the peoples of the world are incorporated into a single world society we call as the global society. And for David Held, globalization can be thought of as a process which embodies a transformation of spatial organizations of social relations and transactions. If we look closer at the definitions provided by our scholars, we will notice similarities. There is a common term which they use, and that is process. And when we speak of process, it is something that occurs repeatedly. Now, Malcolm Waters defined this process as something that is social. Okay? When we speak of social, it refers to persons, it refers to the society. And in this process, the individual and the society are establishing social relationship. Okay? And pag sinabi natin social relationship, it can be in the form of cooperation, in the form of conflict, in the form of competition, and in the form of accommodation. Globalization ay isang kaganapan, patuloy na nangyayari kung saan ang mga tao at ang komunidad, ang mga bansa ay gumagawa ng paraan upang makapag-establish sila ng isang samahan. Okay? So that is one of the common terms or common ideas associated to globalization. The next common idea that we can deduce from these definitions is that there is a shrinking of the world. Not physical shrinking, but when we say shrinking of the world, it means countries and individuals are getting closer to each other. Okay? Nagiging tayong mas malapit sa isa't isa. Not in the sense of geography, okay? Filipinos will remain to be distant physically, geographically, to people in the United States. But because of globalization, we become closer to each other. That's why, according to Anthony Giddens, yung distant localities ay nagkakaroon na ng interaction. So what happens in a country that is, let's say, miles away from us can affect the life of Filipinos. Let us now look at the characteristics of globalization based on the definitions that we have. So this is my own graphical representation of what is globalization and its characteristics. So what happens is that in globalization, there is interaction. Interaction of what? Interaction of whom? Okay? Later on, we will find out sino yung nag-i-interact dito sa globalization. So the first characteristic is that there is an interaction. And in this interaction, ang result ay nagkakaroon ng integration. Then of course, we have this so-called delocalization. Later on, bibigyan natin ng pansin kung ano ba ang kahulugan nitong mga interaction, delocalization, and integration. For the meantime, mapapansin natin that interaction, integration, delocalization happens dito sa area ng information. Again, itong information is one of the factors which drive globalization. Then of course, materials, ito yung mga ginagamit na panggawa sa iba't ibang produkto na mayroon tayo. And then sa kahulihan ay mayroong interaction, integration ng mga tao. Okay? So ito ang mga characteristics ng globalization. Later on, as I have told you, we will be talking in the next recorded lecture, we will be discussing the concepts of interaction, delocalization, and integration.